I'd like to know exactly what it is Tasha K could expose to R. Kelly's true supporters. Those of us that have been putting in countless hours debunking majority of the vicious and scandalous things she's put out about this man. When we know exactly where majority of her narratives have come from, it's very obvious we are clear as to why she is suddenly motivated to blast everybody and has this special reservation for Faith Rogers. But at the end of the day, all of these people's hands are dirty, and Tasha K should be just as accountable as these false accusers, considering she went into overtime to defame this man's character. And in the beginning, it was all laugh and giggles. She's just spilling wine and spewing gossip. But when you cross that line of just gossiping, and now the things that you're putting out there leads to criminal actions, I think there is some accountability that needs to be passed out. Make sure you stay tuned for this full video as I give you my thoughts as to why I'm not really concerned about this Daryl Johnson or this Valencia Love person that Tasha K is going to be doing a docu-series about. To me, she want to impress me. I want to see an expose on Barry fucking Hankerson. Stay tuned.
Facebook lied to you. Radio lied to you. Radio fuck you.
Well, you know, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby probably. I don't think he used the right approach.
Yeah.
Monique Presley is a great attorney.
Yeah.
What she did for him the first time was brilliant. I think the approach the second time may not have been the best approach for Bill Cosby. So I think not going after the situation hurt him the second time.
Yeah.
The first time he was acquitted.
Yeah.
So they appealed it. That's what it is. If you got the resources, you use your resources. You got $1 billion, you don't be in jail. You don't sit in jail with $1 billion.
Yeah.
You got the resources, you're free. That's what it is.
So if you have $1 billion,
you got $1 billion, you don't go to jail with $1 billion. You don't go to jail. Not with $1 billion. That makes no sense. I mean, come on now. Who you know with $1 billion in jail?
No.
Anybody?
What was the guy
Bernie Madoff, $50 billion. That's different. That's a big difference. But hey, it is what it is. The trial started.
Gayle, I gotta ask you now. Azriel is saying.
I have no comments on Azriel. No comments.
Yeah, I mean, I
have no comments on Azriel. I have no comments on Azriel. I don't represent Azriel Clary whatsoever.
I know. I mean, she's threatening to go to the feds? Is it more of a
She can do whatever she want to do. Azriel Clary is on TBS. I have nothing to do with that. She's a very bright and brilliant young lady. And so, I mean, whatever she has to say is what she has to say. I don't know what she has to say. When I was there, I didn't see anything, so I can't speak on anything but that. That's it.
I mean, she said that she wants Jocelyn and R. Kelly to be in jail together.
But that's her. That's her words. I can't speak on that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, what is R. Kelly thinking about this right now?
I have no idea. I haven't talked to R. Kelly.
You haven't talked to him since?
I've not talked to him.
When's the last time you guys spoke?
I talked to him when I was in New York.
In New York?
The federal case.
You plan to talk to him very soon?
I'm not on the case anymore.
I mean, you're not the crisis manager at all, huh?
Well, Forbes magazine says I'm the most bankable crisis manager in the world.
Yeah.
His crisis manager? No.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm here for that purpose to work. So I got 4 cases I'm working on here in LA. Had a case tonight. I'm meeting tomorrow on another case. I stay busy.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, you stay busy.
I stay busy.
Yeah. And then do you think that?
Thank you guys, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys.
One last. Do you think?
I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you very much.
Azriel is pretty confident Jocelyn and everyone had sex with R. Kelly.
I don't know anything about that. I have no comments on that. Like, I don't know anything about what Azriel did.
Jocelyn is. I mean, she's in jail right now. Azriel's saying that Azriel had.
Well, she's in jail for assault. She's not in jail for anything sex.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's what she's in jail for. That's pretty much it. Nothing more, nothing less.
So, I mean, moving forward, Azriel's claims and her being scared to go to the feds and her being scared that she signed an NDA, I mean, is that valid?
You know what? I can't speak on any of that. All I know is this. I know that something happened in Trump Towers on the other day, and I haven't paid a lot of attention to what was going on. They said it happened. Whatever it was, it happened. I'm not sure.
Well, it was supposedly a fight about them claiming, Azrael saying that Jocelyn and Azrael had underage sex with R. Kelly.
Right, I don't know.
And that's what the fight
I don't know anything about that.
From.
I have no idea what that is. Like I said, when I was there, it was kumbaya. Azrael and Jocelyn and Miss Kelly, they got along. I seen none of that. So whatever happened after I left, I can't speak on that. I know nothing about it.
She says that, she was kind of brainwashed in a way.
Maybe she was. I don't know. Whatever it is, it is.
Thank you guys, man.
I can't speak on it.
You gotta go.
I gotta go. I
What
appreciate it.
happens after we believe her and the truth starts to surface? And these people that were once comrades fall out.
Okay. So I know Angelo is pissed. He has every right to be pissed, okay? You befriended a blogger and gave her the information that you wanted her to have, first-hand information. Okay, everyone knows watching this live that me and Angelo had a great relationship up until I found out some information that changed the entire dynamic. Now, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to look at Azrael Clary's Instagram, and you will be able to tell what she is all about. Now, him saying that I betrayed Tim, he the one gave me the information on Tim. What you talking about? I betrayed Tim, and both of y'all legitly sold your daughters. That's what it boils down to. Now, I was going to wait until I put the receipts out, and I am still going to wait. But make no mistake, I don't have to call you and tell you anything. I don't have to let you know nothing. What you tell me fits your narrative. And I have no beef with you. I don't. No beef at all. Okay? Whether y'all want to see it or not, the truth is the only thing that I'm after. And when I drop the videos, the pictures, the paperwork, for him to get on live to say that Azrael is not right in R. Kelly, really? Really? Now, I gave him R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how he got R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how I got the emails between Azrael and R. Kelly. So you mean to tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about? I ain't got no beef with that man at all, okay? But watch me work. And I'm working on something very big here, okay? Very big. And I don't need to call him and tell him about it. The only person that's safe in this situation is Kelly Rogers and Faith Rogers. Those are the only two that were actually genuine, okay? R. Kelly had no reason passing around STDs to nobody's daughter. But Azrael only came home, and you notice her ass went live as soon as R. Kelly got locked up to show off her new titties. Okay? And as soon as the money stopped, her ass called her daddy to continue her money trail. My phone ain't buffering. It'll let me know if I'm buffering. Now, I listen, I done work with these people. And they gave me receipts to fit their narrative. But as soon as the narrative don't fit their narrative, all of a sudden I'm lying. I'm lying. All the shit I done put out and supported, I'm lying. Now you Tim's best friend after you done tried to have Tim locked the fuck up. Are you serious now? Are you serious? You pray to Allah 5 times a day, nigga, and you sitting up here lying like that. And you gonna sit up here and lie like that. Now y'all know me. Y'all know me by now. Now you wait until I drop this shit. It's gonna be a minute, okay? Because it's a lot of stuff we gotta compile. But Angelo, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. That's not what we want to do. See, you getting on here and you're notorious for getting on lives, saying what you want to say out the side of your neck with not one motherfucking receipt. Now, bitch, you know I deal in goddamn receipts. You know I deal in receipts. That's how I shut Tim's ass down. was with the motherfucking receipts. Now you can get up and do 3-hour, 4-hour lives all you want. All you motherfucking want. But let me tell you this. Y'all use me. You use me. And guess what? Guess what? I'm going to set all y'all asses.
I pretty much expected to see things play out exactly the way it has. Because if you just go down the timeline since these people started to emerge, when they're planting these false narratives, eventually they'll run their course with each other and they will fall out. It may take some time, but it always happens because they're not standing in truth. And then when I put a video up and Tasha came over here talking about she's going to give me 24 hours, I already told you she struck my original video, which I put up last year, in which I was basically saying the same thing that I'm finna reiterate now. Her accountability in this whole thing. If you recall, she was the one talking about what Homeland Security was going to be doing, so that was the first red flag for me. But anyways, who would expect things to turn left the way they have? You got a whole victim now posting on her social media. She's posting addresses if there's a problem. The same victim that they call was just complaining not too long ago about her address being leaked and this car incident. Now they're not so scared anymore. They're bold enough to say they're dropping locations. That's very interesting. People are so gassed up, even people that support R. Kelly, like we're just going to forget everything Tasha K has said and still feels, all because she will never completely admit she was wrong. So now I guess she want to call herself rectifying her image just to put up the front that she's doing something honorable. But let's be clear. This is a person that has bragged about being a journalist, right? Has gone to school. So with that being said, with all these allegations we've heard her make about R. Kelly, you would think it should have been common sense to verify some of this shit. Especially when you're going to push it in the manner that you have, trying to get this man investigated and arrested. Now, with that being said, to put all this information out there for 3 years and then try to double back and clear it up and say, well, now I'm about to expose all the frauds. That's very funny. Let's take a flashback as to what has led up to this, in case some people forget some of these things that should have stood out with these people that she's now doing this docuseries about, Valencia Love and Daryl Johnson.
Steve Greenberg on behalf of Mr. Kelly.
All right, and the record will indicate Mr. Kelly's present in the courtroom. Before we start, I just would accommodate the court and have Mr. Kelly brought over on each and every court date.
And with the other 2 federal cases that are out there, we've been inundated.
To increase Mr. Kelly's bond. The state filed their motion. The defense filed a response to the motion.
I want to make the court aware that the defendant has now been charged with sex charges, multiple additional sex counts in all these jurisdictions, and that should affect what the actual bond is being set in this case.
The mere fact that someone may have been charged with other cases in other jurisdiction is not a basis to increase bond. It's not a basis under the statute. It's not a basis under the case law. They don't argue that he's an increased flight risk. They don't argue that he's an increased danger.
That the defendant does have additional charges, and that absolutely is appropriate to bring before this court to ask that his bond be increased. He does have additional charges.
Based upon the fact that there's 4 cases, there's $250,000 D bond on each one of the cases, plus pretrial services, which I thought was appropriate based upon the information that I had regarding Mr. Kelly. I still believe that's true. That being said, I'm going to deny the motion at this particular point in time. If there's a change in circumstances and he is somehow released from custody and you want to bring it back before me, I'll take a look at it then. Which means that he would be held no bond. Mr. Greenberg, you want me to waive Mr. Kelly's appearance?
Please.
All right. It's on December 4th, and then we'll...
I would point out, Judge, if we are successful...
December 4th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, court's in recess.
I can't make up with people. Let me tell you something. This guy and I, we were adversaries not long ago in connection with the R. Kelly matter, right? That's right. We have reached common ground. We have reached common ground. We're going to break some bread here, make up. We've been long life friends anyway. All right? We've been all right. We've been all right. You know what? We have found common ground, and it's all about justice.
What was the dispute in the beginning, though?
The dispute? Well, we never had a dispute. He and I never had a dispute. We never disputed. I always said Avenatti was a brilliant attorney. I had no problem with Avenatti. The problem I had was with some of the things that have been said. Avenatti's always said genius stuff. He's been a brilliant attorney. So with me, I was a fan always. And I said that on CNN.
All right.
And let me tell you something. This guy, you know, being a spokesperson for R. Kelly, this guy took chicken shit and he managed to make a little bit of chicken salad. And I always respected that. You know what I mean? I always respected that. So it's all right. That's good. You know, Bill Cosby project, I don't think he used the right approach. Monique Presley, a great attorney. What she did for him the first time was brilliant. I think the approach the second time may not have been the best approach for Bill Cosby. So I think not going after the situation hurt him the second time. The first time, he was acquitted. And so, you know, they appealed it. That's what it is. If you got the resources, you use your resources. You got $1 billion, you don't be in jail. You don't sit in jail with $1 billion. You got the resources, you're free. That's what it is.
So if you have $1 billion,
you got $1 billion, you don't go to jail with $1 billion. You don't go to jail. Not with $1 billion. That makes no sense. I mean, come on now. Who you know with $1 billion in jail?
Oh yeah, surviving R. Kelly definitely sparked a lot of interest from a lot of people. And now I got everybody posting surviving this, surviving that left and right. It could all be expected. Everybody is glorifying people, exposing this person, exposing that person. That's very interesting. Are we recognizing how these stories are being popularized? We have people blogging saying they're being contacted by sources. It's not a guarantee these sources are telling truth. But yet, people blogging will take the things these sources say and put it out there as though it's fact. And they never think about their accountability in, hey, maybe I should verify this information before I put it out. That has been my issue with Tasha K in hypothetically saying, what if she did believe these parents at first with their narratives? At some point, common sense had to have kicked in, and she had to have seen what they're saying don't add up. Why does it take black people getting mad at each other to start dishing out these little dirty little secrets? But it's no problem up until you get mad. We see this all around YouTube, especially when it comes to what's going on with Tasha K and Jaguar Wright right now. But this should have been an eye-opener for everybody on YouTube because this is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. You come onto a platform to advocate for abused women and children, yet you are videoing yourself making false allegations to plant narratives. You're recording yourself calling CPS, making claims about a child you don't know. But you're on video saying you seen a young boy being abused and did nothing. Same way if you listen to a lot of the things Jaguar had said, everything was cool as long as she was going to get her career. And that is my issue with a lot of these hypocrites back here doing all this judgment, is that everybody is cool as long as they're benefiting from R. Kelly. But when they're no longer benefiting, oh, it's he did this, he did that. Oh, but I never saw him do it. That don't even make sense. Where are the children? Take a look at these clips and tell me, does this seem like a logical person who's really advocating for children? And with that being said, what does it say if this type of behavior is all it takes to get someone criminally prosecuted in today's age?
Somebody sent me the email. One of my sources. I can't. Like I said, I'm really trying to keep this as far away from me as possible because I do know James. Okay, how do you know James? I do know James. James used to hang out at my Aunt Patty's house. Before he was forced to have to, get paid. But already he would come up there and have parties at her house. And everybody knows Aunt Patty learned the kids. You know Aunt Patty look up? I didn't see, listen to me. I didn't see James at the golf course in Gladwin getting it in with underage boys. Oh, like that's normal. Huh? Oh, wow. You seen him at the park doing that? At the golf course in Gladwin. But you can't tell nobody that. That's the only reason why I said, oh, fuck, this shit is credible.
Yes, I am.
Alrighty, thank you. And in order to make this call proceed smoothly, you will allow me to gather all important information. Please let me ask a series of questions, and at the end, if there's more information to add, you'll be given the opportunity to explain. Can we start with your contact information in case we get disconnected? And your name?
I don't know this girl. This is Jacqueline Johnson.
And Ms. Johnson, are you a mandated reporter with an agency?
No, but I am a professional advocate for abuse survivors.
Okay. So is this, are you calling through your work, or is this different?
Oh, no. Let me, I thought I was waiting for you to ask me all the questions.
Okay. I'm still asking, how old is the child that you're calling about?
I believe the child, I know she's under 10. I do not know the child personally. I'm only aware of the child's existence because the mother parades the neglect of her children on YouTube.
Okay, hang on just a minute. Let me ask you some more questions. Have you previously made this report with that?
No, I have not. No, I have not. This is my first time.
Do y'all remember when I played
Okay, that's why I want to let you know your information will remain confidential.
I don't want it to.
And for anyone else, should the agency require court intervention, the judge may request the identity of the reporter, but the agency will take all measures to ensure your information is not shared with the family.
Well,
additionally, there will be some liability when this report is made in good faith.
That's fine, but I don't want to remain anonymous.
Okay, it's not anonymous, it's confidential.
I don't want to remain confidential.
The family of this little girl is active military?
No, they're not. What I do know is that the father is African and married the mother to come into the country on a green card, and they are...
Okay, are they American Indian heritage?
No, I said African.
Okay.
And the mother is black.
Let me ask you one more question. Do you know if anyone in the home's either recently or currently been sick or running a fever?
Yes, I know that they have been in contact with people that were on the contact trace list and that were recovering from COVID, and this very woman showed signs of illness online. For whatever reason, she's obsessed. Yes, the mother.
Okay, so what is her name?
Her name is Latasha Tranisha Kibi. K as in kangaroo, E as in...
Just die. Die! Bitch, die!
So in conclusion, this is just my opinion. It's really nothing at this point that Tasha K can do to rectify her role in taking down this man's image. Maybe she believed these people at one point, like I said. But somewhere along the line, she had to have realized what happened. But instead of coming out and completely being, I guess you could say, transparent, she wants to act like, oh, now I'm about to expose all these fraudulent people. Never mind the fact that these people are the one who's fed her all these narratives. From Asante McGee being Azriel's handler to this Valencia Love, all these people, all these characters, all these enablers, all these narratives we've heard have come from these frauds she now wants to expose. A little half-ass apology is not gonna get it. Taking accountability for that role may do a little bit. But like I said, I don't care about none of these low-level scammers and frauds. You want to impress the people like me who've been doing the research, trying to figure out the real truth? I think you should be focusing on a person like Barry Hankerson. You can't start at the last of the story and try to figure out what happened. The biggest thing people want to talk about is this tape and Aaliyah. And guess who was there during it all? Why not start at the beginning? Just a thought. Have a good day.